Hi guys, my name is Elisa and I'm a program leader at Latinitas. Today we are going to learn about feature journalism and the videos and photos that go along with it. At the end of this lesson, you will learn the importance of feature journalism and how to make your own feature video or photo essay. A photo essay is a set of photos that tell a story. Before you get started, here's a list of everything you'll need today. A phone or tablet to take video or pictures. If you'll be making a video, make sure you have a video making app. iMovie, InShot, UCut, and Viva Video are all available on Apple products or Androids. You don't need a fancy camera to make a video. Today's video was made using an iPhone 8. Feature journalism is creative journalism. It escapes the hard-hitting news format and allows writers to produce articles, videos, and photos in an inventive and compelling way. Unlike short and to-the-point news stories, feature articles deal with the subject in greater length and at a greater depth. Feature articles are often accompanied with a video or photo essay that gives the audience an image to follow as they read. For example, if you were to write a story about a family member or a family pet, you would accompany your article with a short video or photo essay with your subject living their day-to-day lives. Feature journalism produces what is known as a human interest piece because they report on subjects in a fun way. Feature journalists have the option to write about multiple different subjects, such as people, places, food, animals, and so much more. In a world where we have access to news and catastrophe 24/7, it's nice to read a story that introduces you to someone or something new. These stories inspire us to build a better world where we can respect each other and what we do. Here are just some of the ways that you can turn your project into a human interest piece. An interview or profile. Ask your subject questions that the audience would find interesting. The readers are not interested in knowing their favorite color, but what makes your subject interesting and what could others learn from them? Check out the description below for some more examples of how to do an interview or profile piece. An how-to or DIY project. This type of article assists readers by explaining how to do something. You can show readers how to make a recipe, a sketch, a dance, a cartwheel, a bracelet. The possibilities are endless. In disguise or undercover. Just like the show Undercover Boss, pretending to be another person is a form of creative journalism. This is called investigative journalism. In fact, this form of journalism was created by a young American journalist named Nellie Bly. At only 23 years old in 1887, she was assigned to investigate one of New York's most notorious mental hospitals. She faked her illness into the hospital, and her story, 10 Days in a Madhouse, was released in a 6-part series. Now it's time to choose your subject. You can report on a family member, a family pet, a DIY project, a personal collection, a hobby of yours, or a TV show or movie that you enjoy. Here are some of the questions to get you started on your project. If you choose to report on a family member, here are some questions to ask. What have they accomplished? What is their favorite memory? Where is the coolest place they've traveled? Or where would they want to travel and why? What is their occupation? What is their favorite thing to do? If you choose to report on a family pet, here are things to mention in your project. What is their name? What breed is your pet? How long have you had your pet? What is the story of how you found or picked your pet? If you choose to report on a hobby, collection, or a favorite movie or TV show, here are some of the questions to get you started. Why do you enjoy? When did you become interested in? How often do you practice to perfect your hobby? Do you plan to make your hobby a career? What does your collection mean to you? How long have you been collecting? Who is your favorite character and why? Remember, you have the choice to choose between a video or a photo essay. If you choose to do a photo essay, make sure you have a caption at the bottom of each photo describing what's going on in the picture. If you choose to do a video, here are some of the helpful tips to create the perfect video. Keep it short. Make your video at least 1 minute and 30 seconds max. Make sure to film in a quiet place. No one likes a noisy background. Lighting is key. Film in a bright room, in the shade outdoors, or under cloud cover. Avoid filming in bright sunlight as it creates harsh shadows. Avoid filming in light that only comes from above. Film like a pro and shoot using landscape orientation. This will be the most practical for viewing on all types of devices. Find your interviewee's good side. Keep the camera just above your subject's eye level, slightly angled down. Make sure to use a tripod or mount the camera to something stationary whenever possible. Today, I will be doing a profile piece on my Barbie collection by making a video that shows you how I became interested in her, how the doll defined my childhood, and what Barbie means to me now. And before you start filming, make sure you write down all your points and ideas on a piece of paper. That way, when you're filming, you don't have to come up with words on the spot. I wrote mine on a piece of paper. And now that you know the basics of video and photo essay, keep watching to watch my finished video. Since I could remember, I've always had a Barbie in my hand. I guess you could say my mom and grandma got me into them because that was like the one and only toy that I always wanted, and that's what I had. I remember any time that I did really well on one of my report cards, my mom would take me and my sister to a toy store called KB Toys, and I got to pick out any doll that I wanted. Me and my sister would just have our room covered and the floor would be scattered with Barbies, clothing, accessories, her cars, her vans, and of course the dream house. Having my sister there and having her there to play with me made playing with Barbie so much fun. We were able to come up with so many different types of stories all the time. I remember one of the particular storylines that we had for Barbie pretty much all the time was Barbie was always in high school. As an elementary kid, that being in high school is like the coolest thing you could possibly accomplish in life. So that was Barbie's occupation, was always a high school student. So I stopped playing with Barbie when I got to 6th grade. For no particular reason, I was just getting into other interests, and one of those was watching classical movies. And I remember seeing the movie My Fair Lady with Audrey Hepburn, and I just became kind of obsessed with Audrey Hepburn, and I was buying any magazine cover with her on it, necklaces, rings, posters, and that didn't really stop until I got into college. I was in high school when I was shopping at an antique store, and I remember seeing the coolest Barbie that I had ever seen, and it was a Audrey Hepburn Barbie in her My Fair Lady outfit. And seeing my two interests of Barbie and Audrey Hepburn being merged into one thing just rekindled my love for Barbie after all that time. I remember wanting her so bad, but she cost $64 and my mom would not buy her for me. So what I did is I put her on layaway that very day, and I raised the money somehow, and I went back and got her about 2 weeks later, and I have her ever since. The My Fair Lady Barbie is the first Barbie that I kept her in her box, and since then I've bought other Barbies that are more of a collectible, and I've also kept those in their boxes as well to protect them. Today I still walk down any toy aisle just to take a look at the Barbies that they have out nowadays. To me, the brand is still a girl empowerment brand. I think today more than ever, and I think that Barbie's a great reminder that if we can dream it, we can achieve it. Now that you have an idea of what a profile video looks like, you can complete your project using the various movie apps you have on your phone. Once you completed your video or photo essay, take some time to reflect on what you learned. Here are some questions to ask yourself. What did you learn about videography or photography? Did you learn something new about a family member? If so, what did you learn? What is something you enjoyed about feature journalism?